Don't mind Jessica as she continues to fix her hair. Yes, we are live. So Scott Johnson, Keller Williams, Cincy NKY Homes, Jessica Binge, Stockton Mortgage, coming at you today to talk about VA loans. So I'm going to let Jessica give you some basic information, and I'm going to ask some questions, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I've been through some extensive training to offer continuing education to my referral partners to teach them about the VA home loan. And I'm passionate about it because the last thing a veteran should worry about when they're coming home from serving is where they should live. And there's a lot of misconceptions out there with the VA home loan. One of those being that Scott and I discussed is that it takes longer to close a VA home loan than it does a normal loan, like if there is a normal loan, conventional FHA. And that simply is not true. Our company statistic is about 26 days. So a normal timeline, just like any other loan, you're going to have the same sort of requirements, meeting all those contingencies within a real estate offer to purchase. And the underwriting is the same, and the appraisal, it's exactly the same. And for us, because a VA buyer is a pretty strong buyer compared to that of some other loan programs, it actually is a quicker process many times.
So I'm a veteran, I come home, I'm looking, I relocate somewhere, I've got a job, but I'm looking to use my VA benefits. What kind of things do I need to do?
So you need to connect with a lender that offers VA home loans. You know, one of the standard questions I ask in any application process is I ask if a borrower or buyer is a veteran. This is not a part of my application. This is something that I have added as a part of my normal repertoire to ask. So many times when a veteran goes to a bank, if it's over and above, a bank that's affiliated with veterans like USAA, no one asks, are you a veteran? So it's important that people understand, some people don't have that program, but it's important that we ask that question.
Okay. So I know there's fees associated with it. So, well, not as much as there is actually with a typical loan, but closing costs, what are they on a VA loan?
The closing costs are the same as any other loan program. When I'm telling my veteran if they needed assistance with seller-paid closing costs, it's going to be the same amount that I would coach a borrower that is going to get an FHA loan. There is a funding fee on the VA loan, and it is the VA's, they collect this fee as, protection as a zero-down loan. The VA loan, you don't have to put any money down. So there is a funding fee that is collected, and it is able to be rolled into the loan over and above the appraised value. If a veteran is disabled, they do not have to pay the funding fee. It is waived. And many veterans are disabled. And it could be any disability rating from 0 on up. And a lot of people don't know that either, as long as they have a disability rating. Even if they're not receiving disability income from the VA, they can too also get their funding fee waived.
Okay. So I'm going to have to provide you with my typical paperwork, which is my W-2s,
yes,
my taxes, payroll stubs, but there's going to be additional DD 214.
The DD 214 is something that I utilize, and I order from the VA their certificate of eligibility. Every veteran comes with eligibility depending on how much they've served. So a reservist would be, a different funding fee than a person that was active duty for some time. So there are, different tiers for different people. But yes, if you provide the DD 214, I'm able to order that certificate of eligibility.
Okay. Down payment?
No down payment.
Zero.
So if a veteran decides to put a down payment, there are perks to that. It's still a fantastic loan, even if you don't want to use it for the zero down payment feature.
Okay. Credit score?
Credit score requirements, the VA has no requirement around that. It's one of my favorite loans of all time because underwriters are encouraged to, at all possible measures, look at getting a veteran into a home. They don't have a minimum FICO score. Of course, when giving a home loan, we do have standards that we always look at over and above just the FICO score, but no minimum FICO score.
Inspection's the same? Appraisal's the same? If I'm correct, the seller has to pay for
Termite
inspection.
Yeah,
That's a
VA.
big difference than your typical home loan. Okay, let's go with. So we found the house. So, is my loan assumable?
It is assumable. That's a great question, and that's a great feature if they want to sell in the future and can keep that interest rate that they were giving. Right now our interest rates are historically low compared to from the 60s up until now. The average is about 8%. So 4 or 5% is a historically low interest rate. So we never know where they're going to be. If somebody wants to sell that home, they can allow the new buyer to assume their VA loan. Now, of course, that is going to hinder them in their entitlement if they wanted to use the VA loan program again.
Right.
But that can be done. A lot of people don't know that either.
So, say I have an existing home with a traditional conventional loan. Can I still use my VA benefit outside of that
Yes.
and buy a second home?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can it be a multifamily home?
Yes. A veteran can buy up to a 4-unit. How exciting. Same sort of stuff. The only difference is we just let the appraiser know that it is a 4-unit.
So, say you're out there and you're looking to get into investing, you could still have your current home, but also get in with your VA loan, get into a multifamily home.
The VA, you can use that if you're going to live there
Okay.
for a reasonable period of time. Sorry, getting ahead of myself here.
Okay. Any other, is there any negatives to using a VA loan?
In my opinion, no. But there's a lot of misconceptions out there about it. And really those misconceptions come because they're just not utilized. People don't ask if a person's a veteran and they don't offer them that option. And then when you have a community where people are unfamiliar with certain things and it's not the norm, that's where it comes, when people are not experienced and things happen. But no, it's a great loan program. And if you received a VA offer on your home as a seller, you should leave a legacy and accept that offer.
Yeah, and I think that's, at least it was my big misconception, was that as a real estate agent, you get I would always encourage my people to consider that first and foremost, but there's always that misconception that it's going to take 90 days for that loan to close. It's just kind of a thing that was out there. So to hear that it's only 26 days,
Average.
And we need to know as a agent writing that contract that I can put 30 days on there, not 90 days, and that's going to help me win that battle if I'm going for a home.
It's important to note that prior to 2013, the VA does have their own appraisal process. Now, in 2013, they revamped it and made it more in line with how the other loans are handled with a term called CoreLogic. So the appraisal process is more similar to that of other loans. However, it's still ordered through the VA. But so some of those misconceptions probably came with some appraisal issues prior to 2013, and those have been worked on and fixed, if that makes sense.
Great. Well, if you have any other questions about VA loans or any other kind of loans or lending in general, get in touch with myself or with Jessica. Her link is going to be on this, so you can Facebook Messenger or however, and also put her contact information in there. Just get in touch with her, me, and we'll help you get this figured out. So, VA loans, if you're a veteran, please use your loan program. It's fantastic and really help you out. It's a dreary day out there.
Stay dry.
Yeah, stay dry. I'm driving to Mishawaka. I believe that Fozzie the Bear came from Mishawaka. Waka.
Yes, I knew that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.